Ave Maria, welcome back to No Apologies. So we finished up our vlogs on the first step, proving that God exists. And today we're going to move on to our second step, and we want to prove two things. We want to point out first that man has a soul, and second, that that soul is immortal, meaning that once the soul's been created, it's destined to live forever, even after the body dies. So first point, that man has a soul. Now, a living body and a corpse are different. The difference between a dead body and a living body is the soul. A dead body can't move, can't think, can't love, can't hate. Now, there's something that's keeping my body and your body from decaying into the ground just like a corpse would, and that is our soul. The soul is what gives life to our bodies. Now, if you look at every activity in the world, you'll find behind that activity its principle of operation, what's making it go. Now, the principle of operation in a man, what's allowing man to think and to love and to hate and to react, is its soul. Now, a soul is more than nothing, it's something, but a soul is not something natural. A scientist can't look at a corpse and find out what chemical is missing or what substance is missing to tell us why this body is no longer alive. We can determine certain aspects of why a person has died, but we don't know what actually gives life to a body, and that life is the soul. So there's something which chemistry and all the sciences can't reach and can't explain, and that is the soul, the life of our bodies. So man has a soul which gives life to his bodies, and once we see that, we want to show that the soul is immortal, that it's destined to live forever. And one of the arguments for that is just taken from the nature of what the soul is. The soul is a spiritual substance. Most people will accept that readily, but we can also prove it by looking at man's ability to construct ideas and concepts in our minds, which is a spiritual thing. So for example, if we see a criminal doing a crime, and we see a court ruling against that criminal and punishing him for his crime, we begin to construct in our minds an idea of what justice is, a concept. Now, this concept is a purely spiritual thing. It doesn't have a weight, doesn't have any color, doesn't have any shape or size. It's just this pure spiritual understanding of what justice is. Now, for man to be able to do that, we have to have a spiritual faculty which is capable of doing that, our intellect. And if our intellect is a spiritual faculty, it has to reside in a spiritual substance, which is our soul. So there is a spiritual side to man, which is his soul. And if we understand that the soul is a spirit, well, then we can find evidence that that soul is destined to live forever. Simply because it's only material and composite things which are capable of dying and corrupting, but a soul is not a composite thing, but a pure spiritual substance, and so it's not bound by the laws of matter. So, therefore, by its very nature, a soul is destined to live on even after the body dies. So thanks for joining me here on No Apologies. I hope to see you again soon. Ave Maria.